Hi guys, welcome to the Knowledgeist, and today we're going to be talking about water, the literal thing that makes us function. So what actually is water? Water is actually made when you combine 2 atoms of hydrogen and 1 atom of oxygen. So water is actually the odorless, tasteless, and colorless substance, which is found on 71% of the earth. So did you know that 96% of all water is found in the ocean? Whenever a company tries to tell you that their water is super pure and also says that their water has added electrolytes for taste, that means it's not completely pure because, if you're adding things to it for taste, that means it's not tasteless, which means it's not pure water. So, yeah, take that into mind whenever you're buying water. Water molecule is made up of 3 particles. So these particles are actually called atoms, and there are 2 hydrogen atoms and 1 oxygen atom. This is the reason why the formula for water is actually called H2O, because 2 hydrogen atoms and 1 oxygen atom. So what is wetness? And is water really wet? Well, wetness is the ability for a liquid to adhere to other solids after being submerged in them. So this means that when you put a finger inside water, the water is not wet, but once you remove your finger becomes wet because the liquid is on top of your finger. So wetness is only the ability for a liquid to adhere to a solid after being put inside of it. We can say that water by itself is not wet, as molecules are all bound together and not making each other wet. But water can make other materials wet, which is why my finger is wet right now. So water by itself is already quite wet, but when you mix water with soap, then it actually becomes wetter. This is because the forces that bind the water molecules together are loosened, which means that the water has less surface tension. So what is surface tension? Surface tension are the forces that hold liquid molecules together and make the surface of the liquid behave like a stretched, elastic fin. This is called surface tension. Though surface tension pulls water into droplets and gravity pulls the droplets down, the teardrops shapes. Surface tension also allows some insects to walk on water. This is actually pretty cool, as you can see that tiny little mayfly walking over there. So why are there bubbles in boiling water? So water has some air dissolved in it, and as the water is heated, the air is no longer dissolved, and the bubbles form that rise to the surface. Once the water is boiling, the bubbles are not filled with air, but with water vapor or steam. At 212 Fahrenheit or 100 degrees Celsius, water ceases to be a liquid and forms a gas. So these bubbles are the gaseous form of not water, known as steam. So you may have ever helped your parents out in the kitchen, or even helped with the engine in the car. But whenever you wash your hands and run water over them, you may have realized that the oil doesn't go off easily and you need to use soap. So why doesn't oil mix with water? So oil is less dense or lighter than water, so it floats on top of the water. Water molecules bind so closely to each other that water does not readily mix with oil unless you introduce something like soap, which, as we said earlier, it loosens the water molecules, allowing for the oil to mix easily with the water. Okay guys, that's it for today. So remember, like, share, subscribe, and tell all of your friends about this video, because the more people who watch these videos, the more people who learn, and if more people learn, that's just better for everyone. So yeah, remember to like, share, and subscribe. Bye guys!